Good morning, students. This is Mrs. Kende coming at you guys again with more math. This is a second example of multiplication with decimals. In cases like this where I have a decimal in a different place than the other number, I like to line up the numbers. So let's go ahead and do this problem. Once again, the word product means multiplication in mathematics. So we're going to go ahead and start this problem. And what I like to do is I like to write the number first that has the most digits. For example, this one is 0.031 and this one's 0.47. So this one is going to be written first. And then underneath it, I'm going to write 0.47. As you can see, when you multiply decimals, I like to line up the numbers and not the decimals. The numbers are only lined up with the decimals when we're adding or subtracting. Okay, so once again, you line up the decimals when we're adding or subtracting, but we're multiplying, it doesn't really matter. So let's go ahead and multiply. 7 times 1 is 7. 7 times 3 is 21. Carry the 2. 7 times 0 is 0. Plus 2 is 2. 7 times 0 is 0. And as you notice in my first example, I mentioned that I like to cross out the number on the top or scratch it off. Put an X to the first digit that I just finished multiplication with. And also draw an X to remember that I used an X up here. We're going to keep going with a 4 now. 4 times 1 is 4. 4 times 3 is 12. Carry the 1. 4 times 0 is 0 plus 1 is 1. 4 times 0 is 0. Okay. Now we're going to have two X's. I'm going to scratch out the number on the top. And I'm going to go ahead and draw two X's down here to remember that I have two X's also in my problem. And finally, I have 0. 0 times 1 is 0. 0 times 3 is 0. 0 times 0 is 0. 0 times 0 is 0. Okay. Finish off with addition. And then remembering from my first example that the x's will turn to zeros at the very end of the problem. 7, 0 is 7. 4 plus 1 is 5. 2 plus 2 is 4. 0 here would be 1, and then 0 and 0. Okay. Now, where does the decimal go at the end? So remember, you're going to go back to the problem. You're going to go to the first multiplication part, 0.031. And here we have 1, 2, 3 numbers after the decimal. So I'm going to write 3 here. And the second part, I have 2 numbers after the decimal. So I'm going to write 2 here. You're going to add these up, and it's 5. So that means we're going to have 5 decimal places at the end. So let's go ahead and find that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that's where my decimal goes. So my answer is going to be 0.01457. You can go ahead and check my math on that and find out that that is the product of 0.47 and 0.031.